number one estate planning myth. What do you think it is? That having a will avoids probate. So you see this all the time. People say, okay, I have a will. That means there won't be a probate of my estate. And actually, it is the opposite of that. Having a will means that there likely will be a probate of your estate unless your estate planning attorney set your estate plan up differently. So here it gets very confusing. So let me back up a little bit. In estate planning, there are basically what I'll call two platforms of estate planning, either a will platform or a revocable living trust platform. In Washington State, for many reasons, we frequently use what's called a will platform or a will type way to set up your estate plan. So what that means is if we are recommending a will to you and we're saying, here is a will, the will becomes effective upon your passing, upon your death, and then the next step to make sure that the will is implemented is there will be a probate. So people, when they're working with an estate planning firm such as ELG Estate Planning, we try to make it very clear that our recommendation for your estate plan will be a will and not a revocable living trust. And you might go, well, why is that? That's really confusing. We will definitely get into the reasons for that. But number one, top myth is you've got a will, there won't be a probate. Frankly, the opposite is true. If you have a will, there likely will be a probate. So in a minute, I'm going to talk about how you avoid probate and why you might want to avoid probate. But before I get there, what I want to talk about is why would you want to have this will type of estate plan so that there will be a probate? The reason for that is that sometimes it's really important that you have a will which includes certain protections for people who will be inheriting from you. And the only way to get those protections is if you have a will. And if you have a will that's going to include protections, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, then there's going to have to be a probate process. So just off the top of our discussion here, a will typically means that there will be a probate.